another edition of Issues in Focus. Yes, it's another week where I promise that in 10 minutes or less I'll talk about what I consider to be the 10, 5, 4, 3, 4 or 2 hot topics of the week. Last week I left off talking about the selection of Sonia Sotomayor as the nominee for the Supreme Court, and I will start with that again. Yes, the President introduced us to us. I took the time twice on C-SPAN. Thank you, C-SPAN, for looking at her, and hearing her acceptance speech. I must say I was quite impressed with her background. She's a prosecutor. She was a prosecutor, a litigator, trial and appellate judge, Princeton educated, came second in her class, graduated summa cum laude, Alpha Kappa Alpha, went on to Yale to be editor of the Yale Law Journal. An excellent educational background, someone who has broad judicial background. As the President said, shows a sense of empathy, clarity on the Constitution, understanding it, and he thinks that she is the candidate of his choice, and so do I. I am quite impressed. Nevertheless, I was quite surprised that coming from the left were not cheers, but jeers. There was Rush Limbaugh, Newt Gingrich, among some other political entertainers who went on the attack, because in one statement that Sotomayor might have made at a conference of Latinas on a particular issue, she said, I would hope that in my role as a Latina woman, I would give more understanding to an issue than a white man. Many people believe that the statement was taken out of context, but the rushes of the GOP are out there showing out the words that the way how to hate white people is to be a part of the Obama administration or to be associated with Barack Obama. How wrong can one be? However, that's their opinion. So you have a Newt Gingrich and a Rush Limbaugh saying how racist this woman is and that her nomination should be withdrawn. However, it would seem that common sense has seeped in, because here it is, Hispanics do represent 15% of our population. They are heavy voters and were once very strong Republican voters. Is the GOP titular heads trying to alienate this segment of the party with these statements? I just don't get it. But however, it would seem that common sense and political savvy is making is showing that all are not the same. Because this week, Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, John Sessions, ranking Republican in the Senate, came out to say Sonia is not a racist. Far from it. She's smart, she's capable. As I said, she was a litigator, a prosecutor, trial and appellate lawyer, excellent educational background, experience. What is dust up about? Of course, even Arlen Specter, when asked about Sotomayor, who himself was a Republican not too long ago, has said that he thinks this is about race. And after I have thought about it and looked at it, I think that I have to say, probably the more the more things have changed, the more they have remained the same. Because it would appear that this woman, a minority, is coming under attack because of who she is, her ethnic group, and because she's a woman. I just can't see why the criticism against her is so robust. I think her story was a great American story to be embraced, to be narrated over and over again by the Republicans, who often talk about pulling ourselves up by her bootstraps. This is a woman born in the Bronx, in public housing, and has done so well in terms of moving herself into America's middle class. And if she should be confirmed, which I think she will be, will move to one of America's top houses. And the people who should be cheering her on are saying so many words of vitriol against her. But again, it's politics. Some is entertaining, others are factual. And of course, there seemed to be a little bit of balance coming in, because as the Rushes say no, the Sessions are saying yes. Surprised, Mitch McConnell, who is also in Congress, he has not moved to confirm the call, that Sonia Sotomayor is a racist. I'm surprised by that, but I suppose, there's something Republicans know about politics that I don't know, because I just don't think that's a great strategy, and I still have to give the president kudos for having taken a bold step to pick Sonia, because she really is, in fact, I think, an excellent candidate. Next topic of the week, and quickly, the president was in town in New York City to take in a play at Broadway, and I was surprised to hear, again, the critics are saying the Obamas are wasting taxpayers' money to come into New York to see a play and to spend the evening on the town. I think the president, he's not in office for a full 6 months. He has taken on a gigantic agenda in terms of trying to fix the economy, among other things, healthcare, you name it, and then had to take on looking for a replacement for David Souter. And if he takes an evening out with his wife to enjoy the arts, the criticism is back again from the Republicans. I mean, he has worked, I think, very hard, 24/7 in some instances. Are we saying that those of us who get weekends off are deserving of it, but our president isn't? I don't understand it. I can only hope that when the president got into New York City, he had a wonderful time, and that the play was good, and that he will again visit the cities, because I am a supporter of the arts. Number 3 on the topic of issues, General Motors. Tomorrow, Monday, we will learn that General Motors will in fact declare bankruptcy. A lot of people are saying, wow, America's top manufacturing country. I mean, the world came to know America through its cars, and it would seem as if without continuous additional tax dollars, they won't be able to keep going. And the president is saying that he thinks doing this level of bankruptcy is the safest way to rebuild the company. Many people are saying that those who retired early, that put in 30 and 40 years, are going to be losing their pension. They will be losing other benefits, health care, and this is where America's middle class began years ago. People were earning quite a bit of money. So, whether it becomes General Motors and moves to government motors, I don't care. My concern is about the people at the end of the product line, the people at the end of the service line who are likely to lose jobs, who are likely to lose the benefits they have worked for years and years ago, and of course that there will be more people out of work. The out of work situation continues. Probably fewer people are being laid off, but a whole lot of people are still looking to get back to work. Mr. President, that is where your biggest concern is, because after all, after Wall Street, has gotten so much help, they still are not healthy, and there are still some of us out here, out of jobs, still waiting for a bailout that we know will not come. We can only hope that the economy does pick up, and sooner rather than later, we will get jobs. I also want to invite you to visit my blog, vernasmith.com. I repeat, vernasmith.com. Take a look at my blog. I blogged about Sonia Sotomayor this week.